What's going on with you guys? Welcome to that video. So in this one I will be discussing the best runes and items for Wukong in season 12. Everything you need to know for Wukong will be in this video, so make sure to watch it till the end because we got a lot of information stuffed in that video and you don't want to miss any of these guys. And with that being said, let's just hop right into that video. Let's go. Alright guys, we're gonna talk about the runes, and as you can see, big surprise, I got still Conqueror locked in as the keystone on Wukong in season 12 because it's the best rune on Wukong in season 12, guys. Even though it got nerfed. The reason for that is it's pretty easy. It supports his playstyle and it's the best option out of these 4 options that you have on this precision tree. Alright, it's like the best option because it supports Wukong's playstyle, which is to E in, auto attack, Q into ult, into W, into ult, into Q. It supports it. If you like press the attack and want to apply this on Wukong's playstyle, you will notice it doesn't really support Wukong's playstyle because you gotta hit an enemy 3 times to actually proc it, and that means you have to interrupt the engage combo of Wukong. So that means if you have pressed the attack, what you're gonna do then is you E in, auto attack, Q, not ult. You actually have to do another auto attack to proc it then into ult. If you don't do it, you will not proc it while you are ulting the target. So it's really bad that you have to set another auto attack in between your Q and the ult, because this way you will have to delay your ult, and in this time you're just giving the enemy target enough time to like react to the situation and just flash out or dash out or whatever to just get out of the situation. Conquer is like pretty easy. You just E in, and from the second you touch the enemy, you stack up your Conqueror. No matter what you do, if you use W, if you use Q, E, ult, anything you use stacks up Conqueror. And this is why it supports his playstyle, and this is why Conqueror is the keystone, simply the keystone on Wukong that you want to take, guys. Also, why Conqueror is so good, as I said, it stacks up the damage. So from the second, as I said, if you like dive in, you will get 2 stacks already. So that means, if you didn't know, guys, that means you will stack up your AD. That means you will stack up your damage. So while you are stacking it up with your ult, the next Q that you will actually do more damage. Okay, because you are stacking up the damage. And this is really easy on Wukong, and this is why Conqueror is also a better rune. Same thing for Lethal Tempo. Doesn't really support Wukong's playstyle because Lethal Tempo is all about auto attacking, and Wukong is not an auto attack champion. He's more like jumping in, doing all the stuff, and getting out of that situation. So that means if you like take a Lethal Tempo, you will not proc it again because you E in, auto attack Q into ult, then you spin. And while you spin, you cannot auto attack, so you will not proc it. Okay, you will stack it up like 1 or 2 times, and that's it. And then it will stay like that. Next to the icon, next to the champion icon, how many seconds you have used this rune. And if you use it on Wukong, you will notice that the amount of seconds that you use this rune actually will be pretty low. Like around, like, I don't know, 6 or 10 seconds, 12 seconds in a whole game. So stacking up attack speed doesn't really fit in Wukong's playstyle because he's not an auto attack champion. Just like, unlike Jax, for example. Jax, if he presses R, he can still auto attack. All right. Aurelia, if she presses R, she can still auto attack. Fiora, if she presses R, she can still auto attack. But if we press R, we cannot auto attack, and this is the big difference between these champions. And we can press R twice, so that means twice of that time we cannot auto attack. So this is why Lethal Tempo is not really good on Wukong. You might have some success on the lane if you trade in the very early, but in the long run, like later on in the team, in the game, from mid till late, you will notice that you not really benefiting from out of that rune. You can leave me your opinions in the comment section though. So then we have Fleet Footwork. Fleet Footwork is all about healing. If you want to engage on someone, you will be full life. So that means if you engage on someone and you hit him, you will heal, but you are full life already, so that heal will be wasted. You spin, and then until you are ready, you will get it up again, and it will just heal you for a little amount. And It's not really good on Wukong, to be honest. It can help you a little bit in the early in terms of sustain, but you got some other things to actually get that sustain. You don't really want to take fleet footwork and leave that. Conquer is so much better. Taking fleet footwork means skipping Conqueror, and skipping Conqueror means like doing a big mistake. All right, this rune is so much better on Wukong than fleet footwork, so you definitely want to stay in on Conqueror. All right, the next rune is Triumph. It restores 12% of your missing health, and you gain like gold. It's not really about the gold; it's more like about the team fight power that you get out of that. You kill someone or you participate on the kill, and you will get just 12% of your missing health back. So it helps in team fights, it helps in 2v1 situations. Really good. So then you can choose between Legend Alacrity and Legend Tenacity, depends on the matchup. So if you see a lot of AP damage in the game, you can go for Mercs and skip Legend Tenacity and go for Legend Alacrity. If you see a lot of, a lot of AD champions, you can go for Plated Steel Caps and then Legend Tenacity to make up for the missing Tenacity that you need, maybe because of all the CC that we have in the game. Alright, so choose between these two. The last one is Last Stand. Deal more damage to champions while you are low on health. Fits in Wukong's playstyle because you're all about to dive into these team fights. And of course, you're going to suck some damage. And if you drop low, you will actually do more damage. Alright, then we're on the second tree. We got Resolve going on, guys. You can choose between Bone Plating and a Second Wind. Depends on the matchup. If you like facing someone like Garen, who likes to like Q you and spin around, then you definitely want to go for Bone Plating. If it's someone who pokes you, like Fiora trying to hit the passive, you can go for Second Wind and you will heal back a little bit of your missing health, guys. And then you go for Unflinching. Unflinching is basically to get more tenacity because the CC that we have in the game is absurd, and having that tenacity is really good. It starts with 10%. You will have 10% from the beginning, and you will gain more and more tenacity the lower you drop. So again, it supports your playstyle as Wukong, which is like to dive in and do your combo. And if you drop low, you will gain tenacity from that rune, and you will do more damage because of Last Stand. So I hope you can see that these runes really support Wukong's playstyle in any case. All right, and this is why these runes are really good on Wukong, and this is why you should not go for anything else than Conquer. On the little ones, pretty obvious, you go for anything that gives you more damage. So Adaptive Force over here, Adaptive Force over there, and you switch between those. Either you go for MR or Armor, depends on the matchup. So now we're gonna talk a little bit about the items that you need on Wukong in Season 12, guys. You start with either Doran's Blade or Doran's Shield, depending on the matchup. So if you see someone that pokes a lot, you can go for Doran's Shield. If you know you are about to like jump on this target from level 1 and apply a lot of autos, you want to go for Doran's Blade and nothing else, guys. Of course, a health potion, of course, a Warding Totem. So then you should go for your Mythic. If it's an enemy that heals a lot, guys, then drop a Executioner's Calling in between before you finish your Divine Sunder. Maybe on your first bag you can go for this item to just reduce the healing. If it's not the case, you can just skip it and build it later on after Divine Sunder. Which brings me to the next point, which is the mythic item. The mythic item is definitely, absolutely Divine Sunder in this season. No more Gore Drinker, guys. Gore Drinker is dead. Divine Sunder is so good right now. It's a strong item, really strong item, especially on Wukong, so pick it up definitely. Divine Sunder it is. Your second item should be then Black Cleaver after Divine Sunder. By the time you finish that item, the enemy will be very tanky and maybe stacking up during the game, stacking up the armor. So by the time you finish that, you will shred through their armor that they just built. Then you build, after Executioners, you build Warhammer, then the Kindle Gem, and then you finish everything to a Black Cleaver. This is how you want to build it, because you get a lot of tankiness over here, and what you have, what you want to have then is like damage. So this is why you go for Warhammer. Once you have finished the Black Cleaver, guys, the third item that you should be building is again another sustain item that gives you a shield. Shield is really good on Wukong because we have no abilities that actually gives us a shield. Okay, so third item should be Sterox Gauge, and the way you want to build that, you have a lot of damage now over here with these two items, so go for Phage first. It gives you sustain, into pickaxe, into Sterox gauge. Once you have finished this item, go for the fourth item. There is a bug on it. The second your decoy dies, actually it will heal you. It will heal Wukong. There's a bug on it, so definitely good. Even though without the bug, go for Death Dance as the fourth item. And the way you want to build Death Dance, guys, first of all, Warhammer, into pickaxe, into Death Dance. You can see Camp Punk is the last item that you want to build. You have executions over here. You just leave it just like that. You don't build it immediately into Camp Punk, okay? You build it later on into Camp Punk over here. Once you have finished Death Dance, if you get to the point where you can finish Camp Punk, hey, go for it. The way you want to build Camp Punk is you got this already. Okay, this is one of the part of Camp Punk, as you can see over here. And then you want to build Warhammer, this part over here, into then Camp Punk. As for the boots, guys, you can choose between plated steel caps and mercs. Depends again on the game. If you got a lot of CC or AP, go for mercs. And if you got a lot of AD damage in the game, then go for plated steel caps. Keep in mind, if you go for plated steel caps, change the runes to Legend Tenacity, so you have some tenacity for the CC that is in the game. And if you go for mercs, change the Legend Tenacity to Legend Alacrity to get some attack speed instead, because you don't need that Legend Tenacity rune, because you will get tenacity from mercs 30%, and you will get tenacity from unflinching on the resolve tree. Don't forget about that. Alright guys, this is the video. These are the best runes and the best items on Wukong in Season 12. If you want to successfully climb with Wukong, then you should be taking this into consideration, guys. And you can go ahead and leave me your thoughts in the comments about the runes, about the items. Maybe something that you don't like, tell me in the comments. Maybe you have something else that you want to go for and you are successfully climbing with. Let us know in the comments, guys. And with that being said, hey, have a wonderful day. Peace.